3 C's that you need to successfully overcome social anxiety and shyness excuse me, and live a successful and meaningful life in no chronological order. Number 1, you need commitment. Number 2, you need consistency. And number 3, you need character. When you apply these 3, there's no anxiety, there's no awkwardness, there's no nervousness that can stop you. And this is something that I learned. This is how I overcame social anxiety, and I've helped so many of my clients. A lot of you and a lot of people that have got social anxiety are stopping themselves from being consistent for the obvious reasons, because they fear getting awkward in front of people, and they're ashamed of their anxiety, and they fear being judged on a surface level. On a deeper level, they fear not being loved, they fear being rejected, they fear feeling that they're not good enough, and they also fear the emotional pain and the discomfort of public speaking or being around people or communicating or stuttering or making mistakes. And they also fear the anxiety trigger in the past, which is a reminder of, you know, your demons, your disappointments, your failures, things that happen at school, bullying, etc., being put down. So people shy away from that. They don't want to face that truth about themselves in order to grow and get confident. And that's what holds them back, and that's what keeps you in defeat. That's what keeps you having that relationship where you say, well, this label has become me. You don't have to become a label. So social anxiety doesn't have to be an identity. It can just be a temporary place, a temporary fear that you can overcome, and it's not an identity. Because social anxiety is not an identity. It's a label, it's a description for an anxiety disorder or a fear or a problem, which is a fear of talking to people, a fear of interacting, in case you get judged, negatively scrutinized or looked down on. And you overcome that through gaining confidence and changing your relationship with yourself and increasing your self-worth, your worthiness, through taking action, through getting positive experiences, through developing more courage, more character. So this is why I said the 3 C's. If you're not committed, I can't help you, because I can't force you to change. I haven't got a right to do that. I've got to respect your right as a human being. No one can. So commitment always starts off with making a decision internally. It's emotional, mental, psychological, biological, and I honestly believe at the heart of every person it's a spiritual decision. When you make a commitment, nothing can stop you. No force, no one can stop you. Bullies from the past, negative relationships that might exist in your life right now, your own self-doubt, your own negativity, your own pessimism, your own bad mood or depression or anxiety attacks, it can't stop you. Because once you've made a commitment to succeed, you're going to put the work in. So commitment is about overcoming the fear of hard work. So let's get really simple and obvious, because the truth usually lies there. How do you overcome social anxiety? What is it? What's the truth? You overcome social anxiety by socializing. Any fear that you pretty much have as a human being, most fears are conquered through exposure, facing it. So if you're afraid to speak, what do you have to do? You've got to speak. And you've got to speak, excuse me, until you're not nervous. You're not awkward, you're not stuttering, you're not stuck in your head, you're not second guessing everything that you're saying, you're not fearing constantly how people are going to react to you, whether they're going to shout at you, they're going to be confrontation, they're going to make funny faces, they're going to laugh at you. You gain confidence, you gain humility, and of course it happens through loving relationships. That's kind of the advanced stage, which you will fall into eventually, and that's brilliant, where you can have a great deal of respect for people, you can love people, you can trust again, but you can also have personal boundaries. So you've got to develop these social skills. You've got to improve your relationships with people by improving the relationship with yourself, and you've got to improve your self-esteem. And all of these things, most of these things, will be achieved through practical application, through going out to meet-up groups, through job interviews, through socializing with friends, family, and doing what I said on my last video, which I'll link, by opening up more, showing who you are. You've got to learn to be yourself. You've got to become confident, and these things will all successfully happen for you through the process of consistency. Because if you're not consistent, the anxiety is a habit, it's a learnt behavior. Confidence is a choice. Not being confident is a choice. Most people don't realize that. I didn't realize it for many years until I became confident. Most people think that, well, I don't have a choice, but you do have a choice. You can unlearn you can unlearn awkwardness. You can unlearn a lack of confidence through practice. Now, of course, yes, there are other things that you can do to improve your self-worth, your worthiness, your self-esteem, your confidence, your feeling good around people. And I've said on the channel, I'll say it again, training, exercising. Regular exercise lowers anxiety, increases self-esteem, gives you a sense of I'm worthy, I'm valuable, I'm part of society, I can contribute. Now I feel connected, I feel part of a family. It gives all those things. So you need discipline. And all these things is an exercise of your character and your courage. But if you take long breaks, what tends to happen to a lot of people, and I always have this healthy anxiety with my clients because I don't want them to make this mistake. People make a lot of progress, which is great. They go out, they find their courage, they start to have some good experiences with speaking to people, and they feel proud. It's really great, but they don't realize the old patterns come in, the self-sabotaging, the voices, the insecurities, and they start to drag them back in again, and they start to isolate themselves from people, and then the anxieties come back. So it's like anything, it's like building muscle. If you spend a year getting in shape and building muscle, and then you spend the next 6 months eating junk food, you don't work out, you're going to lose the muscle slowly. So it's the same with social anxiety. You can build confidence or you can lose it. You can reduce anxiety or you can increase it. So you've got to stay on top of it, and you've got to socialise regularly. Of course, there's a time to have a rest, spend time on your own, and I like my own time. It's nice to have a breather. We all need that. But within reason, balance. You need balance. You know, as he said in Karate Kid, Miyagi, Daniel-san. Sorry, I really don't get my Daniel-san voice down good anymore, right? But he says, you know, when he's mentoring him and he's saying, my life is falling apart, my relationship, he said, Daniel-san, when you find balance in you, everything work out. With woman, that life, everything balance. Balance is key. That's a terrible Miyagi, but I tried. You guys can do it better. So, balance. The balance of seeing family, seeing friends, colleagues, working on your career or your existing relationship, excuse me, you know, socializing, events, public speaking. I keep saying it. I do a great event every month to help people to overcome social anxiety and live a successful, meaningful life. But a lot of you don't come because you allow your fear to beat you, so the discipline. Now, if you can't do it on your own, but excuse me, damn, stop trying to interrupt my videos, these flies. Sorry, I'm fasting, guys. All I've had is coffee, so, you know, I didn't eat flies, all right? Chill out. Anyway, so what was I saying? Get help. That's how I got here. Smart people invest in mentors. Get in touch with my coaching. I can help you on my 6-week social anxiety program. If you want to do longer, if that's right, we can. Or we can start with 2 hours, and I can really get you started, get your life right, help you to get social, set goals and build confidence. So that's what you need, the 3 C's. Commitment, consistency with the socializing, being committed to being consistent, and character. Let me explain a bit about character. A friend of mine once told me this, a client of mine from America, and we became good friends. He'd come over a lot to work with me, great guy. And he said to me, you know, Jonathan, he said, character is sometimes doing things when you don't feel like it. Sometimes being kind to someone when you don't feel like being kind because they're not being kind to you, they're being mean. That's an example of great character. And I give my own examples. Character is socializing and going to an event when you've said you're going to be there, you wake up in the morning and every part of you don't want to go, you want to try and find a way out. Going there, committing, that's character. So they all kind of connect. Commitment, consistency and character, the 3 C's, when you put them together, you'll overcome social anxiety. You'll be super confident, you can be yourself, you'll build great connections, and you'll also have good boundaries. You won't be afraid of saying no to people, you won't let people treat you bad, and you'll also treat people well. You'll have that nice balance that Mr. Miyagi talks about in the Karate Kid, and your life will go magnificent compared to what it's going now because of the confidence, the social skills, the courage, the tools, and most importantly, human relationships. How can I forget that? I saw those sparring wars back in the day. I forget sometimes. We need relationships. Don't matter how confident you are, how tough you are, we can't do it on our own. No man or woman can. I can't do it on my own. None of us can. We have to be humble about that, otherwise we're going to suffer. So people need you, and you need people, a certain amount of good people, right? I'll talk more about that in another video, but that's how you do it. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe. I'd love to know in the box below if this really helped you, if you're progressing with your social anxiety from my videos, and please don't be afraid, or do it anyway. Apply for my coaching. If you really want to work me, and if it feels right, it probably is right, and I'll get back to you in 48 hours We'll have a phone call or a Zoom call or an email exchange, and we'll really figure out if we can work together. If we can't work together, there's no love lost. We're still friends. You can watch my videos. You can find someone that's right for you, because I might not be the right person for you. But if I am the right person and you're the right client, because I only work with committed clients, that's part of one of the C's, and then I can really help you all right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to making more videos. I love doing this video. I love talking about this, so passionate about helping more people, because I was so glad that I was able to overcome it and help my clients, all right? Speak to you guys and girls soon. Have a great day. Enjoy the weather. Bye.